Hi guys, good morning. We're back on ArcoLinux App, and one of the things that you need to do before you start programming is test and think and play around. And the last thing we need to make on the ArcoLinux App is a kind of notification system that we can say it's done, it's finished or something. Now the code of ArcoLinux App, not applet, is that we use revealers and overlays, and the whole block goes down and you get this black thing up there. So I've investigated on that bit as well, and this morning Drunken Alcoholic said maybe I'd like to prefer to use a status bar, and I thought, aha, if we use a status bar and we put it at the bottom, might be better. So then you go and find on the internet what's the status bar, what possibilities does it offer. You have a text popped and a text pushed, and I just went here to read more, because of course we can see it here as well. We just go here, we go to signals, and then you know this and this, that's what we call. But I thought, what is popped? What do they mean with popped? Isn't it whenever a new message gets pushed onto a status bar stack? So it seems I can say installation done, right? A message, and then is emitted whenever a new message is popped off a status bar stack. I don't know. We are assuming that we can use this to say to give you these messages saying okay, done. So this is just a trial, just a quick check, and let me include this in the video as well. I'll share this widget factory thing. You've seen it already in other videos. It contains everything, and it gives us a good way of looking at things and say, okay, that's the top level, that's page 2, and there's a GTK box and then another GTK box, and here's a separator, and so on. So you can have a look around, investigate. Now the code that we have here, I've been playing yesterday with a GUI overlay, but in the meantime I've already deleted it. And that's the thing, right? If you have these variables, you can say I'm gonna try something else, and I do Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, give it a name, and I'd say just test, or in this case status bar. Then I have exactly the same, of course I have exactly the same, but then I can play around with it just like I did yesterday, status bar. So now we're going to say take the graphical user interface status bar, and then the error is gone, we hope. Status bar. Okay, so let's call it underscore then. So once we've settled that, we can have a look with Glade. What does this need? On the GTK fixed, I'm hoping I can set a, I always have to look for it, it's not alphabetically, it's pity that it's not GTK status bar. Somewhere here. On the stack, GTK fixed, I want to add something. So what if I can do this or that, right mouse click, add parent, none of those guys I want, add parent, status bar, no status bar present, that's the header bar. So now I am inside I'm inside this page. No, I'm not. I'm inside building. I'm inside building. Control X. I'd like you to be here. Control V. Widgets of type stack need placeholder to add children. I think I've got it. This one is a status bar. The only thing is size. 0. There you are. Position 400. 450. Better. And then 0 is actually good. And then common, off, horizontal, fill or something. Can we say this one at the chill on 1? Yes. Spacing, center, no. All good. Then I think we better take this one and make this bigger. How can we make this bigger? Nope. Okay, you don't like to be bigger. Width request. Around 400. Oh, more. 700. Better. Something like that. That's gonna be our toolbar. Status bar. Use the correct term. This is going to be our status bar. Now, packing, common, signals, pushed. If I don't think we need to add a signal, but we're going to use it as something else. Or should we say show it? Because when we look at this now, there is the status bar. It's a beautiful status bar, but it's not shown. But I only see these two guys. There's no show button or something, a variable that I can use for home, for true or false, show or not. So this is the first time ever I have used it. So this could be my thing. So Control S, quit. What do we do? The thing is, if we have this notification thing, and at this point in time we just say print. So we send them all kinds of things, all kind of information, and we don't do anything. So this is because of the fact that this does not work. So we don't have revealers and we don't have all this. But what if I can do something like status bar, I don't know. But then I need to get it in. At the top, we are importing lots of things. This one, we're getting the window. And there are other things we do. So get object, I think that's something we need to do. Here we say get builder object. So I guess we need to get something as well like that. To define it, so that the application knows, hey, we've got something there, a status bar. Now, where shall we put it? It's definitely part of the GUI. So we can say get object, builder get object. It's closed, the builder. It is. So we can say that the bar is status bar. Status bar. I'm gonna call it status bar. And if save, and if we're gonna send information to this one, we say print, but we also say, I should use self status bar, and then this pop thing, or what was it called again? Pushed, text pushed. Text pushed. Eric. And then we see up here, self status bar. I wonder. So, main object has no attribute builder. So, timing. Right, timing. Too soon. Okay. And then, when do we send the message? So, control find notification. When the ISO is out, that's too much time. When the on package, on pacman cache cleaned, that's a good one. On pacman cache cleaned, on pacman here. And then we get status bar object has no attribute text pushed. Did you mean do text pushed? That's new. Do text pushed. Okay. Let's see if we mean that. Do text pushed. Now it's about arguments. That's better. So it's about self, message, and so on. So self, comma, and then like this. Expected GTK status bar, but got main. 505. He got main. Okay. I have to type in my key again, so it's was not saved. Let's just use no. That one. How to add a status bar. How to add a status bar. How to add a status bar in GTK and Python. And how do I push messages to this status bar? Submit. Okay. We have a GTK status bar widgets to push message to the status bar using a status bar push method. This method takes two arguments, the context ID. Okay, so where it's showed and the message display is an integer that identifies the message. Yeah, probably the idea. Used to group message, so I can remove from a single operation. Maybe not then. Context ID. But push. Push. Yeah, that's what we do, but is it exactly push? Let's see. Let's see if it has. It's right. So it takes exactly 4 have been given. What is it sending? Self, Pacman cache cleaned, and false. What was the false? What's this false about? False. That there's no error, I suppose. If error is true, otherwise, if there's an error, it's gonna be yellow. If there's an error, it's yellow, and if otherwise, it's just white. Yeah, okay. So coloring, basically. And it says he has 4. 4 given. Okay. Let's try this out somewhere else. What if I set that I do this and then don't do anything there. Don't need self, I think. Just like that. Push it to the status bar. Maybe we need to change that one again. Status bar push takes exactly 3 arguments, 2 we're giving. Status bar push. And the only thing they say here, we're in the signals. So GTK 3, show text on status bar. Get message area, get text ID, new, pop, push, remove. So there's an ID, a unique ID, source of the message. Okay. Remove. The message at the top of the stack can be removed using GTK status bar pop. Pop is a message can be removed from anywhere in the stack if this message ID was recorded at the time it was added, and then remove that ID. That's what I want, right? Push. Two things, context ID and text. I don't know. How about one? Okay. So, how do I get rid of it? Now we have it. Finally we have it. And now we say how we get rid of it. And if I type message, it's gonna block everything, and ID is an ID. So must be a number, not string. Voila, now we know. Ctrl Z, save. How do we remove? Some kind of timer or something. Control find, remove. The message at the top can be used as a pop. A message can be removed from anywhere, but after 5 seconds or something. Yeah? Status bar remove. Remove. Message ID. Okay, give us an example. Show text on status bar and remove after X seconds. GTK status bar, show and remove message. Example. A whole status bar. A whole. That's a good idea. But that's the only reference. You don't say. It is? Well, it is. Poppe, pop, pop, pop. Pop, pop. What will happen? Pop takes exactly 2 arguments and 3 were given. So let's see if we can do it like this. So now it's might be in here and it's gone, I suppose. So I saw somewhere a code to make the thing sleep. I don't know if that actually is sleep, or was it sleep like this, or was sleep like 3? I don't know what it was. I saw it somewhere. But I should see something here now. But I think sleep seems to work. So what if I do the following? Why doesn't it show anymore? Let's do that first. Let's see if it still works. So here it is. Then I should have 5 seconds, and then I should go, right? Something like that. And the information is this. Backman cache cleaned. Okay. He is sleeping. But we need to figure out something else, right? This is not helping me. Probably make a definition, some kind of countdown. The functionality should be in there, shouldn't it? It should be just part of the status bar functionality. So, how to remove a message you added to the status bar widget. I'm not sure it's actually a widget. It's important to say your names correctly. And in GTK, I want to remove a message added to the status bar widget in GTK after 5 seconds. Submit. It is an unpaid thing, so we do not always get a response. You can use the gtimeout add function to set a timer for 5 seconds and then call the pop function to remove the message. Okay, what's that about? Let's add Python to it. Python example. Nope. What will it do then? It's gonna go to hello. Return is true. Oh la la. You would think this is already dealt with somehow. Control find timer. I know it's Qt. It's on my list of wishes. I have a status bar, but how do I make it work? Yes. Did you find it? Self widget, self standard, called write sub process be open, hello world. How about this? We actually have already a process like that. But the thing is the timing here. While GTK events pending to false. Context ID 0. This is what we do, right? This is our line. Status bar, nothing. Control find. Status bar. I don't think the link is good anymore. So this is good. This is what we get. That's what we have. That's something I can do. That's basically cutting it here. Going to here and say do this. Then we have some kind of timer running to get things gone. Now, I always forget, but we have the ArcoLinux tweak tool. We have 50,000 lines of code. 50 lines, 1,000 lines of code. Maybe more. Who's counting? But there is control find. Time. 34 references to time. Timeout ID is none. Timeouts. Yep. So that has been solved in the... Oh my god, what's all that? Timeout ID, glib, timeout add, do pulse, self progress. Set fraction. My head is gonna explode again. So there's a timeout add in glib. something like that. I think I don't know why. But we were thinking about doing that. Then I put it in the code. I did put it already in the code. Timeout ID, none. Control find, not using it. And here we are using it. And it's also used here for the notification. If self timeout is not none, we're getting there. If error is true, that's for coloring. And self timeout self. Okay, we can do that. Yes, we can. If self timeout ID is not none, then you print this thing. It's not like that, but okay. It isn't. How does that work? Self timeout. Why am I typing this? glib timeout add. He's not complaining, so everything is in there. But this is not okay. If, what does this code do? If self timeout ID is not none, so it's something. glib source remove self timeout, and we set it back to timeout none. Okay, so that's a cleanup action. Okay, so this one needs to be here, and that bit is that bit. I don't understand why is it here on that level. So we probably broke the thing. So let's see the ArcoLinux tweak tool. That's working code. Control find notifications. Notification 48. That's correct code. So if that's not none, we do this. We push that there. And then it says self timeout add 3. Where is this coming from? Where is timeout coming from? That's a definition. It's down here. Close in app notification. So this one. Oh yeah, no. No. Here we're gonna say to do a self status bar pop, was it? This was push, so I think it was pop, and then 1 and stop. Save. We're coming here with a message. Now it's still this one. If self-time is not none, I don't know if this still is okay. Source remove, where's that coming from? Mentioned 4 times in ArcoLinux tweak tool. Timeout ID. It's only mentioned in functions. So let's assume that this is something that is part of glib. Timeout ID is none. If you push it there, then we got the self glib timeout. You go to timeout. It says close in-app notification. Then it goes here. Status bar pop, and we set everything back to none. It works. Oh my god, I was totally out of my comfort zone. And it's these small wins, and that's what we are after, these small wins. And everybody, a seasoned programmer, will say but I will say yay. And that's the difference. We got still wins. They don't. They say it's just code. Of course it works. I wonder why the label is not nicer. It's always at the, yeah. I'd like it to be centered. How long it is doesn't really matter. I want it to be packing, common, horizontally expand, alignment. How about center? We can try, right? Let's center everything. Probably not what I want, but okay. Trial and error. No. Solution, intermediate solution. Is gonna change the size. I'm moving it more in the middle. Center. That's align. can you actually add an alignment to the status bar and say that you need to box, center, packing, save. Is that all I have? So the alignment, general, horizontal alignment, 50, vertical or on scale, top padding, packing, there it goes again, like that. We'll see first. With these settings, what do we get? It's not the way I'll see it. How do you align something to the center? This is a GTK alignment. What does this mean? Well, so I'm saying it's got to be in the middle. Let's see. To be figured out. What I need to do as well is stop sending these messages. I need to get the message. Now let's use number 0 like the other. Save. So that's that. And then I should choose something else. So we're sending them here rather than here. Error is not used. Find, Control C, Control F, this one and that one, and it's used 12 times. Let's see. On probe clicked. On probe clicked. Seems to work. So that gives me a video 55 minutes. And the thing that bugs me now most is how to center a label. How to make sure the text in the status bar is centered. That's the box's orientation. What's this? Center. Backing. Common. Style classes. That's true. Show. Save. Even design-wise, if you want to have another font or bold or something special, those are other what ifs. Getting it in the middle is the first one. All right, calling it a day. The status bar is in there. That's the major thing. The design is something else. Let's end up with promoting a little bit again ChatGPT, how to align the message in a status bar widget in GTK Python, how to align in the middle, in the center of the status bar, and then we send it. And now it sent it. Okay. This message is aligned in the center of the status bar. Would be nice. X align, Y align. Let's see. Control find status bar with requests. H align. Not X align and Y align, but I have H align. No X align available. using a Glade. You can't align the message in a status bar widget in Glade. You can only do this in code. To align the message in the center of the status bar, you can use GTK alignment. Ah bon. Control C. Where do we get the alignment in the GUI? Before here somewhere we say go grab it. This one. This is where we get it. So self GTK alignment is that align add self status bar. We shall see. No. Main object has no attribute GTK. Has no attribute GTK. Self status bar alignment. Can we say that? No. Status bar has no attribute alignment. So status bar alignment. This is status bar. Yeah. Yeah. Wait. So status bar. Self status bar. Yeah. Control Z. Status bar GTK 3. Status bar alignment center. Oh. That's status bar. There is GTK. There is. Where was I working? Here. Save. This, I'm hopeful for it. I know. So he's complaining that I tried already to align it, the status bar. Can I remove it and not remove the other one? Remove parent. So this one, remove parent. Wow, and still have the status bar. He forgot a lot of things. Packaging, common, this one. And this one should be in the middle somewhere. A bit bigger. So no alignment, otherwise it's double. That's what he's saying. And he's still saying that. Attempting to add a widget with the type GTK fixed, please remove the widget from its existing container first. Well, do it. It's now there. You know what I'll do, otherwise the video will become too long. It wasn't again an attempt where we lost 10 minutes. But it's interesting, right? It is really interesting, all of it. And then it's this one. Shift, drag. Let's put it here in the beginning. And then make this bigger. Is that all of this? Ah. Voila. Save. So we got a release. So I'll let this one stay in. And the difference is in code is the GTK status bar, child. So you can actually copy paste code. You can say, put that in here. If you're familiar with OpenBox and its configuration files, it's more or less the same thing. I did it there too, saying I'm going to create a new key binding, and the things you need to change, I'll change. And here we see also some things that we might consider in changing. All right. So, workflow. This is my thing of today. Thank you, ChatGPT, to be there. Thank you, Internet, to be there. And then we go for a normal workflow release. You can skip all this because you know this. We update our stuff to the internet. So added a status bar, and we've got another strange guy here. Control Shift C, Control H, git ignore. Don't want you to be there on the actual GitHub. Control V, save, and we up it again. We call this one cleanup. so that the one line there, the one thing there is actually gone. If we push online, because of this being an educational project, I need to go to here and create myself a number 11 package. Publish release. Something is online. Then I do ArcoLinux package build, ArcoLinux glade dev package build. It's now 11, save, quit, and then build. While it's building, I go to the next one. Here, repo, ArcoLinux repo, and up if it's ready. It's ready. Up. Next one. We update our system. Too soon. Just checking. Oh my god. Other stuff. No. So the dev app glade dev is there. Now it is. So if I say sudo pacman -sy and then ArcoLinux app glade dev, I'm just saying to the system only that. Don't bring in the Linux LTS headers. Don't bring in all the rest, just that. AG installing clean. Pacman cache cleaned. Voila, and it's gone again. Super, and that's the end of the video. Cheers.